It's the 30th of April, and welcome to Geeks on Screen with Coffee. And welcome to my guest today. It's Craig. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, big screen. There we go. There we go. There's your. Oh no, sorry. I'm getting it the
Wrongly
wrong way
spelled
around. Clapperboard first. I haven't been able to get chalk for that. There we go, Craig. That
You're
doesn't
missing a
look.
U?
Doesn't look like it's spelt right, but.
No, you're missing a U.
Where am I? Oh,
It's
oh.
fine. Like, I literally spend my whole life spelling my name.
You know, that's just. What if I just bung a couple of extra letters in there? There we go. How about that? And that's what we're going to call you from now on. All right.
It's a silent XD.
Like Rick with a silent P. Thank you for coming on and talking to me. What are you drinking? It's the first thing.
Not coffee.
Not coffee.
It's some interesting looking Wheeze the Juice.
All right. Okay.
I don't know. I subscribe to this one of these beer subscription services, and they send you lots of random beers. So,
like beer.
They're mostly good.
Like Beer 52 or something.
Or similar brands. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not. I don't drink. I don't know. I've just heard of that because they advertise on some podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that one?
All right.
There was this virtual. What? There was a virtual beer festival they had a week or two ago, and they send you out a pack of beer beforehand, and then they've got videos of people from the breweries that talk about the beers.
Oh, all right. That sounds nice.
And one of them was 8.5%, so it was like one can then.
All right. Do you want to? We're live on the Facebook. We should be live on the Twitter sphere, or we just want to. We'll just make sure we can tweet that. And on Twitch, I haven't worked out how to use Twitch yet. I'm sure it works. I just don't know what's happening on Twitch. Do you?
So you're on Twitch, but don't know.
Well, it's pushing to Twitch, I think. I'm not sure. Well, there's an account set up. I mean, it should be pushing to LinkedIn, but actually it doesn't look like it's working. It just says sending data. But it looks like stuff's going to Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube and Twitch. It seemed like a good idea to stream to multiple things.
Yeah. But just fire it all out, and someone will catch it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm just just talking into the void, and maybe somewhere someone will listen to my cries of help. Sorry, I went away for a second then. Yeah. But how are you? How how have you been? And how's the? I haven't seen you since. I'm going to say. Certainly Data Scotland, but I'm going Edinburgh. Were you in?
No, I didn't make it. It was a date night that night, so I couldn't get the day out. So date night with my wife. I should mention.
Oh yeah, of course. That's how I understood it. Okay. So Data, yeah. So you run. Well, do you want to tell people what you do? Because you do Data Scotland.
Yeah. Yeah, so I co-organised the Glasgow Data User Group. It used to be SQL Glasgow. We rebranded and everything to kind of attract more people. And also founded Data Scotland, which has just exploded over the last 3-4 years. So we started off in 2017. This is testing me now. 2017 in subsidised event space with 40 people, I think it was, 40 or 50 people. And then last year we had over 450 in this state-of-the-art kind of auditorium event space run by one of the universities in Glasgow. So it's definitely really going really well.
That was a really nice venue, and they were streaming stuff up from the rooms up to YouTube, and you had two big auditorium type rooms, and you were streaming from one to another.
Yeah. So one wouldn't fit all in one room, so we had to basically split everybody for I say keynote, it was really just the introduction and hellos and everything. But we had a really good company, Product Forge, that kind of support community events like that. So they helped us out and streamed, and then also streamed that auditorium, the main one, to YouTube all day, which was brilliant. So we were going to line them up for this year, but unfortunately we've made the decision to cancel this year. It was due to happen in September, and just with everything that's going on, it didn't seem right to keep it and talking about it when everyone's getting told to stay at home and lots of bad things are happening.
So you didn't consider thinking about going virtual, like the other kind of other events?
Yeah, it was something we thought about and we were looking at it, but we kind of felt that if we'd done that, there's nothing really to distinguish us between other events. And because the locale is no longer a problem, the majority of sessions that people would come to Data Scotland to see, they'd probably be able to see at another event that's hosted virtually. So it seemed like we would just clutter the space by doing that, and you kind of lose the best part of it, the networking and the people kind of coming together, and the sessions are just the icing on the cake. That's just the extra part.
Well, I mean, that's what sequel bits. When you first get a sequel bits, you go for the sessions, and then you go again, and you see the same people, you get to know people, and then in the end, you're just going for the party. Just trying to work out what you're going to dress up as for the next one.
Yeah.
So, is there talk of having a party at Data Scotland?
So last year it was a party. So we filled the Brewdog, and we were there. I think I ended up home at 3 a.m. or something like that. So that was pretty good. But,
yeah, I did.
Yeah, we might do something a bit more formal. I don't know.
I didn't stay out that late.
Yeah.
I think that was my first experience of an easy hotel.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You booked the easy.
Well, the
easy
orange,
cheap.
yeah. The Stelios Orange Easy Hotel, where you have to pay for towels and stuff.
Is it like a vending machine next to the shower? You come out and I don't have any coins in my pockets. Drive yourself with toilet paper.
Well, yes. It was really small. The room was the length of the bed, and then there was just enough stuff. I think you had to pay extra for the TV. Obviously, Wi-Fi was. I know. It's not like it was a big TV, because a big TV would have taken up the entire wall. And I could have paid extra to have a room with a window.
So, do you know what they call a room that small that doesn't have a window? It's a cupboard.
It was cheap. I was funding myself, so it was. I think I spent more on parking than I did on hotels.
I could believe that. It's horrific to park in Glasgow. Is that the worst hotel you've ever stayed in then?
No. There was one even cheaper, and I walked in, and it was just a big shared house. So you walk in and you just get into a room, and it was a really big room, really big. Yeah. But there was like a big blood stain on the floor, and it had sort of bay windows that wouldn't actually close. So It's just like,
Normally it's they don't open, but they wouldn't close.
yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I'll be all right. It's only one night. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a blood stain on the floor. But yes. So how are things generally? Everyone's working from home. You were saying kind of.
Yeah.
You've got 2 little ones.
Yeah. My son Alex is 3 in 2 weeks, and my son Callum just turned 1 in January. So they are very attention grabbing, full on, just running about like crazy, breaking things, the usual. So yeah, it's all right working from home. The challenge is just keeping an eye on them. My wife and I have both got full-time jobs, so it's kind of working around supporting them. So generally speaking, she will look after them in the mornings, and I'll work mornings, and then we'll switch over in the afternoon, and then I'll have to do another couple hours at night time as well, and then maybe a couple hours at the weekend. But other than that, it's not too bad. I'm quite lucky that a week or 2 before they told everyone to stay at home, I was setting up this office space in my conservatory, and the problem with a conservatory is when it gets cold outside, it gets even colder in the conservatory, or when it's sunny, it ends up 32 degrees in here. So I spent the weekend kind of putting battens up on the roof and putting proper insulation in. So that's really helped. I can sit here and it's still 20 degrees in here. So,
but it's no longer a conservatory. It
kind of is.
If it's got stuff on the roof, then it's stopping the sun, but it's also stopping the heat.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know what would you call it. It probably resembles, because I've not actually put any sort of proper ceiling up, it resembles a spaceship at the moment, if I tilt the camera up.
No, you can see it. I'd be tempted to say leave it like that. That's very space age.
Yeah. Absolutely no phone signal in here. No, it's fine.
I'm surprised you can get Wi-Fi in there.
Yeah. No, it seems to be okay.
All right. How about we do? Because you're an MVP.
Yes.
Do you mind if we do Pardon?
I'm up for my first renewal in June.
Oh yes.
Is it July?
Well, it's about this time of year. You see all the things on Twitter. I take it you already written your thank you note saying thank you to everybody for doing all the stuff and. All right, are you ready for the MVP quiz?
Sure, I'll try.
What do you mean? There is no try. There is only no. There's a Yoda quote, isn't there?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Somewhere.
Yeah, I'm good. I know what's going on. What does MVP stand for?
Most valuable professional. Do you know, I spent a while trying to find anything to say, but it's just I just couldn't come up with anything that was clean.
Well, I know what the middle word was, because there's not many options around that one. Family show, right? Is there a secret handshake?
Officially, no.
Good answer. Who's the tallest MVP?
It's got to be Benny.
All right. Do you get free parking?
At my home, yeah.
What's the best?
In my driveway.
Yeah. What's the best free thing you've got while being an MVP?
So, being an MVP has probably been the Azure stuff, like the credits and things like that, and just being able to go wild. I mean, like testing out products and things. But in general, like, because you asked someone else this question, but in general, speaking like as a normal human being, at SQL Bits, I think it was 3 years ago, I had Simon actually paused when I won 3 separate prizes in a row. I got a iPad Air or something like that, and I got a Microsoft Arc mouse and won a SanDisk 960 gig SSD hard drive. Absolutely cleared up. It was amazing.
I don't like you. Have I told you that before? All right. Have you got Bill Gates' phone number or fax number?
Not allowed to have it anymore.
All right. Is that sort of midnight dialing? All right. All right. Finish the story.
Not necessarily midnight.
3 MVPs walk into a bar.
They all say ouch.
Well done. All right. What if all the MVPs were on a desert island? That's it's not really a question.
Somebody.
It's just a thought.
Somebody would start a conference. Someone would start a conference. Someone would start a blog. Someone would start a podcast.
Yeah, all right, okay. And can you sneak me into the next MVP summit?
Yes, but it's a bit of a long-winded process with you starting by quitting Microsoft and then starting to do community work, and then I'll nominate you.
Yeah, it didn't work the first time. It's not going to work this time. So, are you going to do any? We'll go back onto the virtual stuff. Are you speaking at any of the virtual conferences?
Yeah, I'm speaking at Data Weekender on Saturday.
I guess I should have known that, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Didn't do. I don't think you'd done any research, did you? Because you got my name wrong. You didn't.
Yeah. Research. Research.
Preparations.
I am.
I'm speaking at Data Weekender, and then I think it's the 6th of May. Is that a Wednesday? I'm speaking at the Swedish Power BI user group. I was supposed to be over there at the time, but it'll just need to be remote, I guess.
Oh, how do you have you done remote sessions before?
I've only done it twice before, and I find it difficult. I find it I don't relax as much as I do when it's in person. But I've got some really, really good outtake videos. So they were doing some marketing in my work. So I work for a company called Incremental Group, and they were doing some marketing things where you kind of talk about what you do and how I help customers. And I sat down with one of our marketing managers, Christine, and she was like, "Right, just relax and like tell us about what you do and how you help customers." And I think by about the 25th take, she was just like, "Right, just say one thing and just finish." And she sent me all the outtake videos afterwards, and it's like I was getting halfway through my name and I was losing track of what was going on. So I'm not very good on video. Here, that's what this is for. This helps.
All right. Do you want to tell people what happened before the call?
No.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it there.
So this beer was full, and then half of it ended up on the desk and on this nice keyboard, RIP keyboard.
It's you said it's still functional now, but it won't be in the morning with all the sugars and beer and stuff. It might be alright, but
it seems to be okay.
It might be a bit sticky.
Yeah. I'll see how it goes.
I did a remote presentation for was it a speaker, like common problems or something that a speaker might have or whatever for you?
Yeah. So we had for our newcomer speakers, so we kind of adopted the same thing that William Durkin done with Grilling, and we opened it up to newcomer speakers, and we wanted to support them, but we wanted to kind of take it a wee bit further and set up some webinars for them, and that was you done one, and Alexander Arvidsson done one as well, and they were a great success. We even kind of opened that up to, so I think we got about 12 submissions, and we picked 4 people, and we opened it up to all of them. So it was really good. Yeah, got lots of really good feedback for you, Mark.
Yeah, I was really feeling quite unwell. I spent 4 hours in a customer presentation. I got back to the room, the hotel room. I laid down to fall asleep. And so I've got to do this. Oh god! And my throat was really sore. It was really...
It didn't come across at all.
Yeah. So when I started throwing things around the room, that came across quite well, did it?
Yeah. Yeah, that just came across as your usual insanity.
Yeah. Oh, that's the only bit that I really remember, because I got my thing. You need to bring all your stuff. Make sure you got your cables, and I was just flinging them out. And I was trying to make it amusing. But so Craig,
similar to your style, I'm sure I was at one of your sessions at Data Relay in 2018, and you were throwing.
Sorry.
You were throwing a beach ball around the room.
Yes. Yeah. I got some really dirty looks from some of the audience when I did that.
Nobody likes to have fun. It's like, what?
Well, I can't remember what it was. There was just a beach ball, and I thought, yeah, let's just kind of throw it around the room. So you can throw it around the room, and I'll go and think.
Yeah.
I can't remember quite why. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I don't. I
don't think that's a legal defence.
I think sir, I disagree with you and your barrister. Yeah. Well, I like the in-person bits because you can make stuff up. I think another presentation I did, it's got a small room. There was only like 6 people in there, so I sat on the table. There was a table at the front. I just sat on it with my legs crossed and kind of did it from there because it seemed like the right thing to do.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Probably wasn't. I mean, but I'm not saying
it depends.
I'm not saying these are good ideas. I'm just saying they at that moment in time it felt like a good idea. So
yeah, you can never please everybody though. So
no, I think it was when the ball landed on some guy's head because it came from behind. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, there was a few scowls. Oh, yeah. I didn't get sued. So, this is Michael Robson's question, and so I kind of give him credit for this. What's your favourite cheese?
Halloumi.
Ah.
Does that require for explanation? Have you had it before?
Yeah.
You tried it?
Yeah, grilled halloumi.
Yeah. You need to grill it. Oh, it's amazing. But then when it cools down, it gets all rubbery and springy sounding. It's not so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It's amazing grilled. I could live on that. Very long, but I could live on that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't eat it now, but I used to eat quite a lot of halloumi because you'd go to different places and trying to find something that was interesting and vegetarian at the time, kind of you'd go.
Yeah.
Yeah, halloumi, that's a good choice. Other people have gone for other ones, but I like halloumi. And okay, all right. Let's do an emergency question.
Oh.
That's really. Sorry, I don't know. You can see that really well, but on the other camera, it's too bright. It's reflecting the light. So this is Richard Herring's emergency question book. So we're going to give Richard Herring questions. Go to his blog or whatever, and go and see him live. And he's doing. Is it Wednesday or Thursday today?
Are you giving out free books?
No. What you do? So if you've got this at home, you can play along. So
I don't.
no,
I
no,
don't have
no.
it.
But if anyone
You
else,
said you said you were going to give me one for doing this.
yeah, but I wasn't talking about books. Sorry, Misha. Sorry. Pick a number between 1 and 1001 and don't make it obvious.
13.
Actually, what I might do is, if people can't think of a number, I'll do the number of the podcast. So this is, or pod chat, or whatever I call this. 13. Are you prepared?
No.
What age were you breastfed until?
I don't think I was. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. All right, let's try. All right, let's try this one. All right. If you could choose one thing for your armpit to dispense, what would it be?
You done that one with Ian?
No, I didn't.
You sure? Okay.
No, I haven't done. No.
White chocolate.
White chocolate.
No, Caramax. Liquid Caramax. No?
Don't know. You just fit in with all your. I can say with your Scottish stereotypes. Yeah, you've been going. Yeah, I get some iron brew out of one and some.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sugar, just sugar. Condensed milk. Oh, condensed milk. Yeah. I've got a terrible tooth.
Oh God! Really? Condensed milk?
Yeah. Have you tried it? It's literally just like liquid sugar.
What? Well, no, not recently. No,
So it's an ingredient in tablet. I think it's an ingredient in like caramel and things like that, or various things. But when I was a student, I tried to eat a whole can of it, and I only managed to get about halfway through when I felt like I was going to fall into a sugar coma.
All right.
Are you getting questions coming up?
Well, there is one question that's come up, and so from John. I can't see who it is, but it just comes up as John, and it's, what's the worst Secret Santa gift you've ever received?
I don't know. I need to be careful who I'm going to offend.
No one's gonna watch. No one's watching this. Go on.
Probably a running t-shirt. An armor running t-shirt.
So what was rubbish about it?
I think it was just because everyone in the office, like, we had this tradition. So we had this tradition at the time where every single year everyone would get ridiculous. There was someone that for a long time no one really knew who it was, but there was someone that would just buy everybody like Hindu paraphernalia. So yeah, like inflatable ones, pin the tail on, and all that sort of stuff, and it was hilarious because the office would just turn into a massive Hindu, and then it was like all the other gifts were all just joke things, were just things for people to have fun with, and then there was this, and it was kind of like quite serious. I say it's the worst, but it's the worst. It's the worst out of a good bunch. Like, I don't think I've really had a bad Secret Santa gift.
Yeah, all right. I'm guessing that you've had a really bad Secret Santa gift. Someone knows about it, and they're trying to get you to spill the story.
I've maybe forgotten.
All right.
I've maybe forgotten.
We'll see if John quickly replies.
John, I know.
Can I reply? That looks like that might be on that logo. That might be that's the Periscope logo.
If it's the John that it might be, or that I think it is, then he worked at that company with me, so he maybe remembers one that I blocked out.
Oh, okay. Mate, what is so terrible that you've just
Yeah,
walked out of the office and put it in the bin?
yeah,
Well, because they're normally tats you get for a Secret Santa gift.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's plain rubbish, and that's always seems a bit of a
yeah.
waste.
You usually get two categories. You go for something that's really funny, or you go for something that's really offensive. Like if you're guaranteed that no one's going to find out that it was you, you go for something really offensive.
Yeah, I'd get quite offended if someone bought me a running shirt as
Yeah.
because
Well,
what
I
am I?
was
Do I need to go running? What are you saying?
with a donut in my face.
Oh,
No, I was doing a lot of running at the time, so I think that's why.
uh,
I think it was just a lack of inspiration, maybe.
so
But I've
I got some trainers for Christmas, just out of the blue. My wife bought some trainers, and it just made me think of the. Did you see the Peloton? Is it Peloton advert that got
yeah,
a lot of stick about kind of he got me a Peloton, my husband, and I and just how kind of so why do because he thinks you should exercise more.
yeah.
So thanks for the trainers. Because my wife isn't going to watch this. Does this mean that I should lose some weight? Thanks.
It's
Or you want me out of the house more?
very subtle.
Yeah. Not so subtle.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah, true.
Ah, so I think we've done. We've got one other question. Oh no, there's some other
Did you
questions I meant to
miss
ask you.
one?
Oh, because have you done MVP Summit? Did you go out to the US?
Yeah, last year.
All right. Busch Gardens, discuss.
I have no idea.
No, nobody took you to Busch Gardens. No, it's not.
No, no.
It's not what you. It's not what you think. It's a Chinese restaurant by day that turns into a karaoke bar at night.
Never been. I'm clearly outside the loop.
Well, we were told it was. I went to Past Summit. Yeah, Past Summit one year, and told you got to go to Busch Gardens. So a few of us went, got an Uber there,
Yeah.
walked in. It was like it was in a dodgy area, you know. It was quite dodgy inside. There was only a few people.
Yeah.
The karaoke machine was a laser disc machine, so I mean that was quite interesting for technical reasons. We stayed for 2 songs and then we left.
Yeah, that sounds horrific.
Yeah.
That sounds like one of these bars that you hit when you're absolutely wrecked, and it seems like a great idea, and you go back when you're sober, and it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was actually drunk. I think we were all sober.
Yeah.
Maybe if the people were drunk, it would have seemed a bit more exciting and a bit better. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, sorry. The best thing about the virus. So we should be asking everybody. How did I forget about these?
The cheesy answer is spending more time with my kids.
Yeah, no. Give me a proper one.
That is kind of proper. Although I kind of want to strangle them more. I don't know.
You do notice that saying it in a recording that you want to hurt them, and then something happening. You can't say it was a spur of the moment thing.
And it's still not premeditated. I think is that the word? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got 2, and all that changes is the more imaginative ways you can make their lives more difficult, because they have more imaginative ways of making your life more difficult.
Yeah. It's like this smallest thing just to keep them amused for like 15 minutes is like a saving grace.
Yeah, that sort of goes away, and then other things come in, such as oh, good morning. I hate you. Why are you always out on me about stuff?
I know. Everyone I speak to is like, yeah, it doesn't get any easier.
It gets different. So,
Yeah.
So when they're small, they're relatively portable. So you can just, if you want to go, well, obviously, not right now, but when you want to go out, you can just, the 1-year-old, you just pick them up.
Yeah, just left them. Oh,
And
he's running around. I think he's been inspired by his brother. He's been running around for about 5 months. So when he was about 11 months old, he started to walk, and then he's just been like, now I don't know which one's coming into the kitchen when I'm because they both run at the same speed. So,
yeah.
but
Sorry,
the
John.
best thing's probably
Sorry.
just getting loads of things done around the house, like all these things you were going to do for months or years, and finally actually getting them done.
Yeah.
When's a little bit of time, I guess.
So John's just he thought you got an inflatable.
Oh no, that wasn't me. I've got pictures, but it wasn't me.
All right, but he has photo evidence.
There's a really good one. So I got someone else a set of, and you can bleep this one out afterwards, but I got them a set of penis origami.
Yes. Can I just confirm? You do understand what live streaming is?
Yeah, but for the recording, it's
Oh,
fine.
okay, yeah. All right.
It's past the watershed, is it not?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always past the watershed somewhere, and that's. I think you're allowed to say the word penis. I think we can use
it's a
anatomical.
body part.
Yeah, we can use proper anatomical words.
So yeah, I got someone origami. Apparently, he gave it to his kids who were under 5.
Well, it's origami, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bet they were
good
rubbish.
way to learn.
But they were rubbish at making it, though. You know what children are? They're rubbish at art. All right. So, are you listening to any? Oh, so what are you reading? Are you reading any books, audio books?
I've been reading a lot of the Expanse books recently. So, do you know the sci-fi program?
Only from watching it on TV.
Yeah, all the books are fantastic. So, like, I don't normally like to read sci-fi books, but these were amazing. I've been reading them. That's probably about it. I haven't read anything in the last month or something. Too tired at night.
The series. I don't know. Have you watched the series Expanse?
Yeah.
I found the first series very different to the other 2 or 3.
Different how?
I do, because it seemed to be just like a detective thing, kind of, and all the stuff on the station, and then there was more stuff about the faction and stuff later on, and it turned into more of a space romp. There were some bits that were, almost Firefly-esque, which I really enjoyed, but it was more subtle. I quite like that.
I think they based the first season off of like part of the first book, and I think it was probably just like is this going to work kind of thing. But the first book had a lot more in it. It was more kind of jumping about of like, here's the detective-y parts, and then here's the kind of wider arcs that will kind of span books and everything. No, it's been really good reading as well.
Right. I quite like the detective-y bits.
Yeah.
And then they sort of then disappeared, because it was more kind of about what was going on with the proto-molecule, if I remember it rightly.
Yeah.
Any podcasts you listening to, or?
Nothing recently, but I used to listen to. There was a couple. There was Idle Thumbs, which was
Idle Thumbs, right?
About gaming. So it was a couple of guys in San Francisco that would kind of talk about games, but they would mostly be a kind of chat. Actually, they were the ones. I think 2 or 3 of the people that were behind that podcast went on to make the Firewatch game. Did you ever see that?
No. What, you mean computer game or board game?
Computer game.
Oh, No, I hadn't. No.
So that was really good. It was good. It was good banter in that. And another one that I thought was great was a friend of mine, Declan Deneen, had created a podcast called Checkpoints, where he about how they got into the gaming industry and their jobs and things like that. And it was actually really interesting. Like he was mentioning names or kind of talking to people I'd never heard of, but then when you start hearing about the stuff they've worked on, you're like, oh, I've played that, oh, I've played that, I've played that. Yeah.
Cool.
So it was quite good. Real kind of behind the scenes type thing.
All right. So I think that's, apart from the, do you know the sound of one hand clapping? No? Okay. All right.
Yes.
There's a,
yes.
Well, that's, oh, clearly it's not. Oh, clearly you thought it was something else. Family show.
No, that.
Family show. Yeah. Yeah. So I thought you. Never mind. That's a whole different matter. So I think we're almost at an end, and there's only one more question. Who do you think that I'd enjoy talking to? What do you mean? Oh
no. Just in case you were going to throw any curveball questions in there, he's going to absolutely kill me, but Paul Broadwith, definitely.
Okay, all right.
Or PowerShell Paul.
All right.
What does that call him?
If you could do the...
My first ever... I was going to say my first ever talk at a conference was with Paul at Data Grilling. So we've done a couple of talks together in different locations and things like that. So definitely speak to him.
All right.
I can't guarantee that he'll keep it PG, but just get ready to cut him off.
Well, we might. Well, there is a button to stop the stream. So and there is a 15-second delay. So if he did go all Shaun Ryder, then it's very possible to cut people off. But it's all marked as not safe for children because you don't know what people are going to say and what you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But people aren't going to talk about silly things because if someone watches this back, even though these do get deleted, this sits on YouTube for 20 years, and your children, watch them back in 20 years. Wait a minute, he wanted to strangle us? Why did he want to hurt us?
Well, that's good. Then they've survived 20 years.
Yes, you're right. Good. Yes. Yeah. Well, because you went to prison for attempted murder. That's why.
As long as it's not a judge reviewing evidence item number 334.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This was all a joke. There wasn't. Yeah. Should have said that at the very beginning. Yeah. My opinions are my own and not of that of my employer.
Yes. My opinions are not of my own opinions.
Yeah. I think I do actually put a disclaimer up, just in case. Well, because clearly they are. I mean, no one else would have these opinions. No one of anyone sensible. Well, I've taken up enough of your time this evening, Craig, and thank you for entertaining us. And Michael was asked, did the mug make it?
No, I was going to ask him about that. I thought he was just like, yeah, I'll send you a mug on Twitter, and then nope. No, I've not had a mug yet. How did he send it? Was it carrier pigeon? It might be a bit heavy for a pigeon.
I mean, well, they've got pretty big pigeons in Newcastle. They're probably tough. Well, are they going to be tougher than the pigeons in Glasgow? I don't know. I wouldn't like to speculate on that.
No. You walk up to pigeons in Glasgow and George Square, and they don't run away. They walk towards you.
Yeah. I can imagine if you put a traffic cone on someone's head in Glasgow, the pigeons would just attack, wouldn't they?
Yeah, pretty much. Stand still long enough.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And
Yeah, thank you.
hopefully, when the
It's
next
fun.
Data Glasgow is up, I will come up and see you. If I don't see you at Sequel Bits beforehand. All right.
Yes, I'll definitely see you at Sequel Bits if it happens. And Data Scotland 2021 will happen in September sometime. The user group, the Data Glasgow Data User Group.
Oh yeah,
That'd be good.
that's still running. So is that running over the
Yeah.
couple of months? So you're doing virtual ones, or?
Yeah, so we cut back to just one every 2 months because our numbers were low and everyone was kind of over committed with work. And so we were supposed to have one in April, pretty much when, like the beginning of April or something. So we postponed that, but we're kind of working in the background to try and get set up virtually, and we might even go back to once a month, seeing as it will be virtually, so we don't have the same kind of commitments, because before you're kind of like in the office till like 9-10 o'clock at night or something, doing the user group and then cleaning up and then trying to get back home.
Yeah. Messy beggars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's the hidden side of running a user group, having to tidy up after all the, as some people might call them, attendees. When I ran a user group, I called them scum. But that was just down in Southampton.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did your numbers kind of continually go down?
Yeah, I mean, they would wane. Yeah, depending how rude I was to them. But,
Yeah. And then they go back up. So you've got that mix of people that quite like you shouting at them and calling them names.
Yeah. Well, I think the numbers went up quite dramatically after I left and Steph and John took over.
I'm sure it's coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence. All right, I better go because I've got some stuff to do. Go and walk the dog, and you have a good evening. And
yeah, you too. Thanks for having me.
All right, and bye everyone. Oh, Royal Mail. It went out by. I mean, I'm having a three-way between you, Michael. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you get the tracking number for me?
Okay. Rob, what's the tracking number? I'll get it and I'll send it to you via snail mail.
Brilliant.
All right. Thanks for watching. All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Love you.